There's a certain kind of fear that doesn't hit you right away. It builds, slowly, quietly, until one moment everything clicks, and you realize, Ramos, you were never alone, Jean. Not in the way you thought, because sometimes someone is watching. Story 1. This happened during a short trip I took a couple of years ago. Nothing big, just a weekend getaway. I booked a small apartment online. It looked normal in the photos. Clean, simple, nothing suspicious. When I got there, everything seemed fine. The place was quiet, a little too quiet maybe, but I didn't think much of it. I unpacked, set my bag down, and just relaxed. At some point, I noticed something small, a faint red light, near the smoke detector on the ceiling. I remember staring at it for a few seconds. It blinked, slowly. I told myself it was normal, probably just part of the device, so I ignored it. The rest of the evening went by without anything unusual. I watched some TV, ate, and eventually went to bed. But sometime during the night, I woke up, no reason, just awake. And that's when I heard it, a soft clicking sound above me. I looked up. The red light was still there, blinking. But now it felt different, like it was responding to something. I sat up slowly, listened. Click, pause, click. My chest tightened. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight, pointing it toward the ceiling. The smoke detector looked normal, but something felt off. I got up, stood on the chair, and reached for it. My hands were shaking. I twisted it open, and that's when I saw it. A small lens, hidden inside, pointing directly at the bed. My heart dropped. I stepped back immediately, staring at it, trying to process what I was looking at. Someone had been recording, watching. I grabbed my things and left right then. Didn't even pack properly, just left. Later, I reported it. They investigated, found out there were multiple devices hidden throughout the apartment. Bathroom, living room, everywhere. I don't know how long they'd been there, or how many people had stayed before me. But ever since then, I check everything. Every room, every corner. Because once you realize someone was watching you, you never feel alone again. Story 2. This one didn't happen to me directly. It happened to a friend of mine, but I saw enough of it to know it was real. She had just moved into a new apartment, first place on her own. She was excited. Everything felt new. Fresh start. For the first few weeks, nothing seemed wrong. Until she started noticing small things. Her stuff would be slightly out of place. Not enough to be obvious. Just different. At first, she thought she was just forgetting things. But then it kept happening, more often, more noticeable. One day she called me, sounded shaken, said she thought someone had been inside her apartment. I went over immediately. We checked everything. Doors, windows, locks, all secure. No signs of forced entry, but she was sure. So we decided to set up a camera, just a simple one, facing the living room. That night, we stayed up watching the feed. Nothing happened for hours. We started to feel stupid, like we were overreacting. But then, around 2 a.m., the door to her bedroom opened, slowly, by itself. We both froze, staring at the screen. The room was dark, but you could see the movement clearly. The door kept opening until it was fully wide. And then, nothing. No one walked out, no one appeared, just an open door. We didn't say anything, couldn't. And then the camera glitched. For just a second, a flicker. And in that flicker, there was something, a shape, standing in the corner of the room, watching. When the feed stabilized, it was gone. We didn't stay there that night. She moved out a few days later. But here's the part that still remembers me. When she was packing, she found something. Behind one of the wall outlets, a tiny device with a lens, hidden perfectly, facing the bed. Someone had been watching her, long before we ever noticed anything was wrong. Story 3. This last one is the worst, because it didn't start with suspicion. It started with proof. I was scrolling through my phone late at night when I got a message from an unknown number. No text, just a video. I almost didn't open it. But curiosity got the better of me, so I tapped it. The video loaded slowly, dark, grainy. At first I couldn't tell what I was looking at, and then it hit me. It was my room, my bed, my desk, everything exactly how it was. My stomach dropped. The angle was wrong, too high, too still, like it was coming from somewhere above. I watched, frozen. In the video, I was there, sleeping, completely unaware. I felt sick. I paused it, looked around my room, every corner, every object, trying to figure out where it could be coming from. Then I noticed something in my bookshelf, top corner. There was a small black dot, barely visible. I stood up slowly, walked over, and leaned in closer. It was a lens, hidden in plain sight. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I backed away. Grabbed my phone, called the police. They came, checked everything, found the device, and another one. In the hallway, pointing toward my room. Whoever put them there had access, and that's what scared me the most, because it meant this wasn't random. Someone had been inside my home, setting this up, watching, waiting. I never found out who it was. They never caught anyone. But sometimes late at night, I still feel it, that same feeling, like someone's watching. Even when I know there's nothing there, because once that thought gets in your head, it doesn't leave. And you start to realize the scariest part isn't being watched. It's not knowing for how long.